What's going on, guys? Dig here, ready to teach you how to do the Beast from Beyond Easter egg, and yes, you can do this one solo. Now, the Fate of Fortune cards that you want to bring are Head Reloader, Hide and Seek, Perk Insured, Reanimated, and Ego Trip. Now, the first thing that we need to accomplish is by turning on the power. The way that you turn on the power, as soon as you spawn in, you're going to run to your left down the stairs, and then you're going to run across the water, up these stairs, take a right, up these stairs, and then you're going to cross the medical bay, and then there's going to be this hole right here. You're going to drop down towards the right side, and you're going to run across this tunnel, and then across this bridge, pick up Neil's head, turn around, and then drop down right here, and then keep on running up these stairs to go back to spawn. And as soon as you get back to spawn, pass Adam's up, take a left, take another left, and then you're gonna place the head inside this console right here. Now power is turned on for the rest of the map. Now we need to unlock Pack-a-Punch. Now the way that you unlock Pack-a-Punch is by collecting 3 different bridge parts around the map, and I'll show where the locations are right now. The first part is located outside of the medical bay, right beside Electric Cherry right here. The second part bridge is gonna be located in the cargo bay if you drop all the way down here, and right beside these stairs is right there. Now in order to get the third bridge, we have to open up the theater. The way that you open up the theater is you go inside the cargo bay, you press this button, and then you go across to the other side of the cargo bay, and then a laser will open this door. Go ahead and go through the teleporter, and then on the back side of the theater in the alley, you'll find it on top of this car right here. Now go ahead and go outside where the snow is, and go ahead and place your parts on the bridge. And now you have unlocked Pack-a-Punch. Now we need to pick up 4 different floppy disks around the map for Neil's console, and do not place them in until I tell you, because there is a specific order that you need to place them in. Also, make sure you write down your symbols on your floppy disk on a piece of paper as well. The first one that we're going to collect is we're going to immediately go into Pack-a-Punch and leave right away, and then we're going to run directly back to spawn. When we're going to wait here until a blue alien shows up, and we're going to take him out. As soon as you take him out, he'll drop a floppy disk on the ground. One thing I need you to keep in mind, when you take out the blue alien, the floppy disk can spawn anywhere around the area where you took him out. So it can be really hard to find. Just try to look for a little flash of light real quick on the ground to specifically find it. In my game, I took him out right here, but in your game, if you take him out in the exact same spot, it could spawn there, but it could spawn in a different spot around the area. Now, in order to get the second floppy disk, what we're gonna have to find is a box around the map. There are 3 different locations. We gotta blow it open and then shoot the green skull that's inside of it. The first location is gonna be located in the cargo bay to the right side above the stairs on this pillar right here. The second location is going to be past the water outside the medical bay on the wall right here. The third and final location is going to be located in the ops center on the wall right there. Now, as soon as you shoot that skull, you go to the cargo bay and you'll find this red X on the floor. Do not stand on it just yet. There are 4 around the cargo bay that all players must stand on at the same time. Now, if you don't have 4 players in a game, that's okay. You only have to stand on 1 X per the amount of players are in the game. Now, as you watch my gameplay as of right now, I'm showing you the 4 locations for these 4 X's around the cargo bay. Now, as soon as you stand on top of the X, a green circle will appear. Do not leave the green circle or you will fail this step. Now, if anybody steps off the circle and you do fail this step, all you have to do is end the round and then the X's will spawn back in. A nice, really cool trick to get a lot of points really fast is what you guys could do is hop on the X's at the start of the round, and then at the end of you guys finishing this lockdown, just step out of the circle, end the round, and redo it, because the zombies that spawn in during this phase do not count towards the round. So you get extra zombies plus the zombies for the round as well. Now, if you are doing this trick and you want to know how closely lockdown is going to be done, there is a skull that is floating towards the very top of the green beam. As soon as it hits the top of the green beam, you are finished with that lockdown. So if you want to fail this step and redo it over and over and over again to get a lot of points, just step out of the circle before it reaches the top. Now, after the red skull gets to the very top, a green skull will spawn in somewhere around the cargo bay. You have to run and jump off of a ledge and pick it up mid-air. There are a few locations in here, so keep your eye out for it. You are also timed to pick up this green skull as well. Now, as soon as you pick up that green skull, go to the center of the cargo bay and pick up your quantum entanglement. Now, head into the hallway that's connected to the cargo bay, and then you're going to take a left right here. You'll find this metal grate, and on the ground inside of it, you'll find a floppy disk. Go ahead and pull out your quantum entanglement and pick up the floppy disk, and then throw it at the vent in the back of the area. You have to line up your crosshair above the vent to get it to be sucked up inside the vents. Once you accomplish this, one of these vents will spit out your floppy disk. Now, there are 7 different air vents that this floppy disk can be spit out of. The first one's going to be located in spawn to the left side of the box location right here. Now, heading towards the cargo bay, another location on the ground is right here, and then heading towards the cargo bay once again, another location is right here to the right, and then turning around, another location's right here, and then turning around, going all up the stairs to the right on the ground right there, and then turning around, going to your left on the floor right there. And the final location is going to be located to the right side where we originally threw the floppy disk in the vent. Now, the way that you get the third floppy disk is all you got to do is pull out the quantum entanglement and pick up one of these astronaut helmets and take it over to this room in the medical bay, and through the force field, you got to throw it at one of these monitor screens to break it to open the force field, and then it'll be located on top of the table right here. Now, if you missed the monitor with the astronaut helmet, don't worry about it. Go back to spawn. There are tons of helmets over there if you need one. Now, the last floppy disk is going to be located outside of the pack-a-punch to the left side, right beside this pillar on the ground. Now, once you figure out your 4 floppy disk symbols, you could use this cheat sheet right here to figure out the order that you need to place them inside the console. Now, by looking at the cheat sheet, all you have to do is find which column has all 4 of your floppy disk symbols. For an example, in my game, I had the K, the X, 4 triangles, and the V with the diamond at the top. Now, by looking at the column that I found that had all 4 of my floppy disk symbols in it, we're going to place them in the order from top to bottom. So K is going to go first, second is going to be X, third is going to be 4 triangles, and fourth will be the V with the diamond on top. Now, if you fail to put the floppy disk in the right order in the console, don't worry about it. All you have to do is end the round and then place the new symbols that you get on the floppy disk in the right order once again on the console. Once you put the floppy disk in the right order, Neil will be activating traps and doors randomly all the time, so be careful and look out for that. Now, we're going to head inside the theater, and behind this Brutus statue that's behind Quickies, there is a button on the column. Go ahead and pull out your quantum entanglement and pick up that button, and carry it to the back side of the theater where the arcade machines are, and throw it inside the Beast from Beyond poster. Now, head into the room that was closed off by a force field, and underneath the desk, you'll see the red button. Go ahead and interact with it, and then inside the medical bay, it will reveal this wall. Now, with this wall, what you're going to want to do is either take a picture or memorize each bar that is vertical. Now, what you want to do is you only want to rotate the ones that are vertical. Now, once you rotate one of them, all of them are going to rotate. So, continuously only rotate the ones that were vertical from your initial photo that you took. Now, once you rotate all the vertical ones, you should get all of them all horizontal. Now, let's say at one point you forgot which ones were vertical and you rotated the wrong ones, or you rotated a horizontal one. Don't worry, just pause for a moment and take a picture of the ones that are vertical at the moment. Now, once you take a photo of the new vertical ones and you rotate the new vertical ones, you should get something like this where half are vertical and half are horizontal. All you're going to do now is only rotate all vertical ones once again. Yet again, getting them all into a horizontal state. Now, turning around on the other side of the medical bay, you'll find a Neil's head on top of a table. Pull out your quantum entanglement and shock it for about 2 seconds. Now, head to spawn, and what you're going to do is you're going to stand inside this doorway and grab Neil's head with the quantum entanglement. You're going to carry it all the way to Pack-a-Punch and place it inside this computer to the right side once you enter. Now, at any point while you're doing this, if you drop Neil's head on the ground, you fail this step. Don't worry, all you have to do is end the round and then go pick up Neil's head once again from the console and take it to Pack-a-Punch. Make sure if you do fail and you have to do it again, that you shock Neil's head for 2 seconds before you do this again. Now, once you place Neil's head in the computer, you are ready for the boss fight. The perks that you want to bring for the boss fight is going to be Atoms Up, Bang Bangs, Tough Enough, Quickies, and Deadshot Daiquiri. Now, I'm going to show you how to unlock Double Pack-a-Punch. First thing you need to do is go to the arcade room and pick up this film on this counter. Now, go to the hallway that's connected to the hangar and then shoot this box open with your weapon and pick up the alien fuses. Now, place the film on top of the Pack-a-Punch film reel, and then it'll turn it into Zombies of Spaceland in the theater. Now, go to the theater past the VPR wall by. Behind Quickies, there is a Yeti statue. Go ahead and place the alien fuses on his hand. Now, go in front of the theater screen, activate the trap, pull out the quantum entanglement, shoot inside of the portal. By doing so, you're going to grab the Brutus head out of the portal, pick up the Brutus head, put it on top of the statue, and then it will shoot a laser on the alien fuses. Pick up the alien fuses, put them inside the Pack-a-Punch, and now you have unlocked Double Pack-a-Punch. Now, for this boss fight, is one of the hardest ones out of all the Infinite Warfare boss fights, and there are specific weapons that will give you a better advantage in the boss fight if you have certain perks for those weapons. Starting off with the first weapon is the MV4. The MV4 is really good if you have the ninja perk, because once you shoot all your ammo in the clip, you'll be invisible from the zombies for a couple of seconds. Now, the VPR weapon is going to be the best weapon if you have no perks for any weapons. This is your best option if you're very new to the game and you have 0 perks for any weapons. Now, the Malware Sentinel variant is going to be your best option for this boss fight. I'm telling you, if you bring this weapon in and you have the Sentinel variant, it will easily beat this boss fight first try. Now, the EBR with the Bomber variant is another good option because it does a lot of heavy damage to the blue rhinos and the regular rhinos, but I would only bring this in as a last resort if you cannot get a good weapon out of the box. Now, the last weapon I want to talk about are the Kendalls. Now, the Kendalls are really good options because if you double Pack-a-Punch them, you don't take any more explosive damage. Also, they are really good at clearing out a lot of zombies at once to help you out when you're running through the boss fight. Now, if you ever get a teddy bear and you are looking for the box, if you go to the spawn, there is a TV screen right above the Stallion pistol that will show you where the box is in the map. Now, if you don't see the box on this TV screen, then it means it's in the theater. And now, if you don't know where it is located in the theater, there's also a map right here located in the theater as well to show you where the box is located too. Now, the best weapon combinations for this boss fight is going to be one weapon's going to be for hiding or clearing out a bunch of zombies, and then the other weapon's going to be for DPS. Now, in this boss fight clip, I'm only using the VPR and no Fate of Fortune cards to prove a point that you can still beat it with the basic necessities. Now, yes, it took me 2 tries to beat this boss fight with only the VPR and no Fate of Fortune cards, but I'm only showing you this because it is possible to do it with the bare minimum if you don't have anything good if you're new to the game. Now, as soon as you're ready for the boss fight, everybody has to interact with Neil's head and it will teleport you into the boss fight. Now, for the first wave of the boss fight, a laser cannon's going to open up a crate and it's going to release a rhino. It's going to do this 3 times and go ahead and take them all out. Now, you can also pre-fire these crates before the rhino gets spawned in from the laser, so you can do extra damage before it comes after you. Make sure you hit headshots on it so you can do extra damage as well. Another another thing to keep in mind, when you go inside this crate to your left, there is a yellow box. If you interact with it, it will refill your ammo, and you can do this infinite amount of times. Now, for the second phase of the boss fight, this portal's gonna open up, and it's gonna spawn in a bunch of little tiny aliens. All you have to do is just sit back here and just take them out as they come after you. Now, after that wave is over, another phase is gonna happen, which you're gonna run outside where you spawn and go up this ramp, and you're gonna sit here and defend yourself until this next wave is over. This is also the best time to activate your head reloader Fate of Fortune card, so every headshot that you get, it automatically reloads your weapon. Once the wave is over, there's gonna be a break-in from aliens spawning in. You're gonna quickly grab your ammo and go back up to this ramp. Now, what's gonna happen now is a laser's gonna point random spots around the area of the boss arena to shoot and do damage to you. Now, during this lockdown, what you're gonna want to do is wait for 3 consoles to turn on. If you're playing with 4 players, you must spread everybody out to each console, because the more players you have, the less time you have to turn off these consoles. So make sure you're standing inside this crate so you don't take any damage. Now, if a rhino spawns in during this phase, just back up and take him out, and then go back into the crate as fast as possible. Now, the best way to turn off the consoles is you're gonna drop down right here, and you're gonna run across and turn off this console. Now, the best strategy I can give you is if you have a ninja perk weapon, go ahead and keep on shooting your ammo, and so you can be invisible temporarily from the zombies, or you could use the kindles to clear out the zombies as well. After you turn off this console, you're gonna take your right, go up this ramp, drop down, and turn off this console, and then you're gonna turn around once again and go across over here and turn off this console. Now, you need to be very careful if you're not using the kindles or a ninja perk, because you're gonna have a lot of aliens chasing you at once, and you'll notice right here I get down because I just got clustered. Now, if you ever go down in this boss fight, as soon as you leave the arcade room, you'll be put on top of this balcony, and there'll be a bunch of perks right here that you can run over and pick up. Now, once you turn off all the consoles, the laser's gonna open up this crate, and it's gonna start down a 99-second lockdown. Now, what you're gonna do with the VPR and yourself is you're gonna run up this ramp, wait for them to come chase you, jump down, and make an entire loop around the boss arena, going slowly but not slow enough where they can catch up to you, and you're just gonna continuously loop until the timer is done. Now, once the timer is done, you're gonna interact with the computer, and what's gonna happen is gonna spawn in blue rhinos now. Now, these blue rhinos are the hardest part about this boss fight. They have so much health, they are so tanky, and there's 2 of them, and when you do enough damage to them, they'll drop a fire on the ground that lasts the entire game. The best way to take them out is use your DPS weapon, activate Ego Trip, because what it does is it does quadruple damage in the head, and so you just want to laser them in the head to take them out as quick as possible. Now, in this gameplay, I didn't use any Fates of Fortune cards to take them out, and at the end of this gameplay clip, you'll see that there's so much fire on the ground that I had to repeatedly run around the arena and continuously do damage to them to eventually take out both of them. Now, once you take out both of them, you're completely done with the boss fight, and you have beaten Beast from Beyond Easter egg. I hope you guys enjoyed the Easter egg guide. Don't forget to check out the other Infinite Warfare guides and all my other Easter egg guides for all the other zombie games out there. And if you guys enjoy this, don't forget to follow and don't forget to like. And I hope to see you guys when I make my BO6 guides.